Hello, my name is Sungmin Cho, and I would like to start a group presentation regarding the coursework 2 of 6018 SSL International Leadership Module in Coventry University. Our group comprises 5 members, which are Sungmin Cho, Zuynugen Duk, Yingyin Liu, Said Muhammad Hashim Mehdi, and Hongwen Su. This presentation explores the leadership styles of Hee-sun Chung, the CEO of Hyundai Motors, in the context of addressing Hyundai's child labor ethical dilemma. After the brief introduction of the overall presentation, my colleague Huan Huan will start the overview of the automobile company, Hyundai, followed by the explanation of the overall background of the CEO and identification of the ethical dilemma. And in the main body, which includes application of the leadership theory, I, Seungmin Cho, will explain and apply the situational leadership, and then my another colleague, Zui, will introduce and apply the transformational theory regarding the situation. The third theory, which is adaptive approach, is critically evaluated by Yingying Liu, and finally, Hashim concludes the presentation after providing relevant recommendations and brief explanation of the impact of the ethical dilemma. Now I'll have my colleague Huan Huan to start the overview of the company.
Hi everyone, my name is Huan Su. Today I'm excited to talk about Hyundai Motor Company, one of the biggest and most influential company in South Korea. Hyundai Motor is not only one of South Korea's largest company, but also the largest car manufacturer in the country. Founded in 1967 and headquartered in Seoul, Hyundai has become a major global player. In 2023, the company's revenue reached $125.6 billion, with key markets including South Korea, Europe, North America, and India. Despite fierce competition from auto giants like Tesla, Toyota, BMW, and Audi, Hyundai continues to maintain a stronger position in the global market. Now let's talk about Ethan Chung, the current chairman of Hyundai. He's the third generation leader of the Hyundai Group, taking over from his father in 2020. Chung graduated from Korean University, one of the top universities in South Korea, and earned an MBA from the University of San Francisco. His solid academic background has played a big role in his leadership of Hyundai. In fact, he was recently awarded the Commander of the Order of the British Empire by the UK government for his contributions to strengthening trade relationships between South Korea and the UK. Before becoming president of Hyundai, he had already managed Hyundai's subsidiaries, including Kia Motors, and significantly expanded their market reach. Now let's move on to one of the most significant ethical dilemma facing company today. This dilemma is spiked by a widely debated issue: child labor funds in some Hyundai suppliers in the United States. This raises the question of companies' responsibility in ensuring that ethical practices are followed across its global supply chain. Hyundai, as the parent company, has faced scrutiny over its role in this issue. The situation brings up important questions about how much responsibility companies should take for their suppliers' actions and what steps they should take to ensure that their partners and suppliers adhere to ethical and social standards. This is not just about Hyundai, but a bigger question for all companies about how to address unethical practice in their supply chain. Now, my colleague Somin will dive deeper into situational leadership theory and explore how Hyundai are addressing this ethical dilemma.
Hello, it's Seungmin Cho again, and I would like to start with a brief definition of the situational leadership. Situational leadership is a theory that emphasizes that leaders must adapt their leadership style depending on the situation and the development level of the followers. As you can see on the diagram provided on the right side, the development level of follower varies from D1 to D4 depending on competence and commitment level. It emphasizes that there are four correct leadership styles approach depending on the development level. There are several strengths of situational approach, which is leadership flexibility, that effective leader can alter their leadership style based on task requirement, and differential treatment that leaders must treat each followers differently based on their requirement. This directly connects to the reason why we are applying situational theory to the case of Hyundai. Through this application, we are able to see which leadership style the CEO is using based on the development level of followers, specifically in this case. Moving to the application part, it is clear that Isan Chung used delegating as for leadership style in order to address the child labor dilemma. When this problem first arose in 2022, the SOC investment group directly sent a letter to the CEO and urged the board of directors to take actions to deal with the situation. So it is crystal clear that the CEO is fully aware of this incident. Being aware of this issue, the CEO let Jose Munoz, Global President and Chief Operating Officer (COO) of Hyundai, to deal with the situation, according to the news article and interviews. This clearly fits the S4 delegating leadership style for two reasons. Firstly, the development level of the follower, the COO Jose Munoz, is unambiguously D4. His competence is high since he has extensive experience in the automobile industry, and his commitment is also high since often high-ranking officers hold equity stakes and their personal financial rewards are related to company performance. Furthermore, as a contract worker, their job security depends on their performance. Therefore, their follower level is clearly D4. And the CEO showed low supportive or low directed behavior instead of directly involving in the incident. Therefore, this perfectly fits the delegating S4 leadership style. With letting the COO deal with the situation, Hyundai dealt with this situation by doing a broader investigation to the entire network of Hyundai, inspective potential labor law violations. And Hyundai started to stop using third-party labor supplier and start directly overseeing hiring process to prevent further issues. And now I'll have my colleague Zui to apply the transformational leadership style.
Thanks a lot, Xiongmin, because to introduce me. Hi everyone, my name is Duy Nguyễn Đức. Now I will talk about the transformational leadership and apply it to the case study of Hyundai at Alabama about the trial label. Transformational leadership was first introduced by Dalton, then expanded and developed by Byrne and Bass. This theory is built around four key elements as known as 4 I's: idealized influence, inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation, and individualized consideration. These components explain how leaders inspire change, motivate teams, and build trust. By raising everyone's self-confidence, they can easier to achieve overall vision and common goal. Applied to Elsun Jung response to Alabama trial label case. The CEO of Hyundai clearly saw ethical principle and accept responsibility to rebuild trust. He publicly acknowledged the problem by implementing strict monitoring mechanism to allow Hyundai operate with ethical vision, and talk about vision is future, and to meet it, you need a strong core value at the base. Talk about the core value. It's not only the core value, it also the ethical core value. He emphasized the all huge system around shared goal by publishing a comprehensive roadmap to prevent future labor violation and motivating employer and partner to uphold Hyundai ethical commitment. He has inspired confidence and accountability across all levels. Next slide explore two other components under IS. Leader encourage innovative problem solving. For Hyundai, Jung ordered to investing in AI and advanced monitoring tools to detect labor violations in real time, as well as partnering with the U.S. Department of Labor and Human Rights Organizations to establish independent monitoring system. This step not only address immediate concern, but also increase the company's long-term operational transparency. On the other hand, IC is focused on supporting affected community and fostering accountability. Jung demonstrates this by developing education and vocational programs to vulnerable workers, ensuring long-term resilience. Not only that, he also providing training about ethical practice to managers and suppliers to increase the culture of trust and transparency within the organization. His strategy highlights the Hyundai commitment to ethical business activity and community support, while shows the transformational leadership principles. These actions not only address the immediate crisis, but also reinforce Hyundai's commitment to sustainability development. Orbit action not only about this, it also about a part of situational and a part of adaptive leadership theory. And after me, it's Ying Liu for adaptive leadership theory.
Hello everyone, my name is Ying Liu. Today I will talk about adaptive leadership and how Hyundai Motor CEO Yu Chong applied it during a major supply chain crisis. Let's start with the theory. Adaptive leadership, introduced by Hafid and Linsky in 2002, is about tackling complex challenges with flexible, innovative solutions. It emphasizes four key components. The first one is emotional intelligence, which helps leaders identify problems and respond effectively. The second one is organizational justice, which ensures fairness and trust within the organization. The third one is character, which guides ethical and courageous decision making. The last one is development, which promotes learning and prepares for long-term success. These principles serve as a framework for leaders to address crises and implement lasting changes. Now let's see Yu Chong applied it in practice. When Hyundai faced allegations of child labor in the U.S. supply chain, Chong demonstrated emotional intelligence. He quickly recognized the ethical and reputational risks and took immediate action. A comprehensive audit of 29 suppliers was launched to identify the root causes and prevent future violations. He also showcased organizational justice by collaborating with the U.S. Department of Labor. Together, they introduced compliance training for suppliers to ensure fairness and transparency. At the same time, Hyundai's internal complaints team was mobilized to implement corrective actions and address violations quickly. These actions not only tackled the immediate crisis, but also set the stage for long-term solutions. Chong's leadership went beyond short-time fixes. He displayed strong character by severing ties with Smart Alabama LLC, a supplier linked to child labor. This decision showed Hyundai's commitment to ethical practice and helped rebuild stakeholders' trust. Looking to the future, Chong focused on development by launching a supplier training program and introducing regular audits. These measures aim to ensure ongoing compliance and transparency, positioning Hyundai as a company that learns and improves from challenges. The biggest takeaway from this case is that adaptive leadership turns crises into growth opportunities. By identifying problems, engaging stakeholders, making bold decisions, and facilitating learning, leaders can create long-lasting positive change. In summary, Ethan Chong's actions show how adaptive leadership can be applied in real-life scenarios, not just to solve problems, but also to build stronger and more ethical organizations. Thank you for your time. Now my colleague Hasim will share the impact on organization, as well as conclusions and suggestions.
Thank you, Jing, for passing it on to me. Hello, this is me, Sayed Hashim, and I will be discussing the impact of this ethical dilemma to the organization. So let's talk about the significant impact of this ethical crisis on Hyundai. So starting with the first one, which is damage to the reputation, the allegation of child labor caused immense harm to Hyundai's global reputation. The public and media were quick to criticize. Response to mitigate this include acknowledging the issue and accepting responsibility and taking concrete steps to gain what they lost, and which was the far most important was the consumer trust. So second is legal repercussions. Hyundai faced a lawsuit from the US Department of Labor Laws. In response, the company collaborated with the department to ensure compliance and improve supply chain transparency. Third one is the loss of customer trust. Consumer confidence took a hit, actually, directly affecting loyalty to the Hyundai's brand. To counter this, Hyundai conducted comprehensive audits of their 29 suppliers and launched ethical compliance training for them. Third, and after third is the fourth, and it's the last weakness in the supply chain. The crisis highlighted Hyundai's over-reliance on third-party suppliers. To address this, the company invested in AI-powered tools to monitor real-time practices of their labor and partnered with human rights organizations to strengthen oversight. So these impacts collectively reveal how ethical lapses can create cascading effect on a company reputation, legal standing, and can make them lose their customer trust. In the recommendation section, I can recommend 4 key recommendations. First one is to adopt a servant leadership style. Hyundai must adopt this leadership style to prioritize their employees, suppliers, and community needs. It will also empower their stakeholders as well. Second one is to enhance supply chain transparency by using advanced AI-powered tools to monitor their systems, which they've already done it, but it really need to improve the quality, because by doing so they can address the future issues. Third one is to conduct regular supplier audits. The unbiased audits conducted by the third parties will also ensure the compliance with the labor laws. Fourth one is to collaborate with multi-stakeholder initiatives. So partnering with NGOs and governmenting body will help them address their systematic supply chain issues. In conclusion, I would really like to say that the child labor allegations had profound consequences for Hyundai, including reputational damage, legal challenges, and the loss of their customer trust. The crisis exposed weaknesses in their supply chain, particularly their overdependence on the third-party suppliers. And however, under Chiu Sing-chung's leadership, Hyundai took proactive steps like introducing AI monitoring systems and making public commitments to improve their ethical practices. Looking ahead to adopt a servant leadership style, enhancing transparency and fostering collaboration will be a best step towards the sustainable changes. Other than that, Hyundai's response shows us that crisis can be served as a turning point, an opportunity to rebuild even stronger as resilient systems. Thank you. This is all from our side, and thank you for listening to us. So this is the list of the references that we have used in our assignment for this presentation. Thank you.